Welcome to episode 95 of the Penciled In podcast, the amazing podcast about sketch cards, trading cards, and all that fun stuff with your amazing host, Lindsey. And I try to keep it going. And today we have Mike Beeson, who was also on episode 93. So go take a look at that one first. We're kind of going to do a bit of a how's it going with Collectabees because you're making a bit of a buzz, if I may say, in in the little world that we have of cards, sketch cards, and all that stuff. Um, so welcome to the show, Mike. How's it going?
It is going fantastic as always.
Awesome.
Hi, Mike. So last time we spoke to you, you sort of how long you'd been doing Beeson on your part? I think you just started.
I think we are a year in now, actually.
Wow.
Yeah,
And what series are you on to now?
we are officially on volume 3.
Volume three. So volume one and two, great success.
Oh, and then some. We actually sold out of both of those within 2 weeks each. So it went way better than I expected. I was projecting at least 2 months for each one, and it was less than 2 weeks. Volume 2 actually sold out in 1 week, so 7 days, and it was
Okay.
fun.
So for those who are not aware, tell us what the Collectabees honeypot sets. What are they? Are they trading cards, sketch cards? What
So the
exactly?
honeypot set is 100% one of one sketch cards. I hire artists all around the world. We're currently sitting at 38 artists for volume 3. Brazil, Ireland, UK, US, Canada, of course. But it's just set up so where the artist puts what they want onto the sketch cards. For volume 3 rendition, we're actually going into 5x7s, which is a quad card that I designed myself. It actually folds down into a regular size. So we're doing
Brought
regular
one.
size. Go ahead.
I should have brought one up of those to show they're very different. It's very original. It's a window thing. It's like this and then like this, and it's like
Yeah,
a
I actually have some
origami
right
thing.
here. So this is Mr. Andrew Fry for the 5x7. And it took a while to actually design this, but it actually folds 100% down like that. So it's I'm excited about them.
That's cool. That is really cool.
I remember when after I drew mine, I was thinking, once you get it, you know what you're doing.
There's a bit of origami comes with it. It took me like 2 weeks to actually get the folds and scores correct on them, but I
Oh,
finally get.
did
No,
you
it worked
come
well.
down yourself?
I did. So I printed with Iconics with Karen, of course, just like everybody does. And then I just got it a flat 5x7 printed out, sent it to me. I scored it, and then I cut everything. I do the same thing with the Pano booklets. I do all the scoring myself.
Wow, awesome.
Lots of YouTube videos.
Mine would be so wonky. It would just be so wonky. I mean, I did do my own booklets for Krampus, but I'm not going to try and do it again because I had to use stickers and glue and all kinds of, it
Yeah.
was just hard. So you've done really well making those yourself. Um, so now that we're on series three, when does that release?
So that is releasing April 24th, so the end of this month. We have a show set up for the 24th and the 25th on Whatnot on my channel. And I mean, my Instagram, my Facebook, my YouTube, it always has information about it, and it's everywhere. I try to put it out as much as possible,
Because you do your marketing properly.
as much as possible.
That's right, Lindsay. He's doing his marketing properly.
Unlike somebody we know.
Yeah, someone popped up the other day and said, I didn't know you do the podcast. I'm like, oh, I just forget to mention things to people. I
Yeah,
just do it. So April 24th and 25th, what days does that fall on? Is it a weekend extravaganza?
I believe that is a Friday and Saturday, if I'm not mistaken. It sounds
Yeah.
right.
Most people off work, no excuses.
That's
Not
right.
to That's awesome. And also you have a new project going. Can you
Yeah.
tell us a bit about that?
So we have officially opened up the Golden Hive Gallery. I believe we started that maybe a month ago, and I I would say it kind of comes off of the honey pot set. So I started the honey pot set basically to celebrate the artist out there, and I wanted to pay them more than the big companies were paying. I can't do the same level of cards, the same amount, but I can do a better price for each one. And we got into volume three. I raised the prices on how much I was paying the artist for those, but I still didn't feel like I was doing quite enough to really celebrate each of you. So we started the Golden Hive Gallery, which is where an artist will basically just send me their artwork. I don't pay anything for it. I don't pay for any of the shipping or anything of that nature, but I run shows for them. So once I get the cards in, I list everything up and I sell as much as possible for as much as possible. It is the point of it is to get the artist as much money as possible for their artwork.
That is
And
really, really admirable. And you seem to be doing really well at it. I mean, how come you are able to get people's attention for the artist's art, and yet we can't?
see, I'm not sure. That's one of the things I've always complained about. I think one of the really big differences is I'm getting so many different artists in one spot, right? So it's not just you come in and you can only get Lindsey Grayling cards, which I would be totally fine with doing that personally. But you also, right now, I also have Hoy Truong. I also have Tim Agar, Sir Edmund Duke, Lindsey Grayling, I think I already said, Julianne. We have Alex McCormick cards right now. So you're able to come in and see different types of art styles, different medias, all that good stuff. And I think that's really the only reason that it's working. And surprisingly, a really big thing is a lot of collectors have enjoyed the fact that I'm not taking any commission on these unless I'm forced to, which that has been happening. The artists have been forcing me to take a small commission, but I capped it at 5%. But it is 100% of the sale goes directly to the artist. So not only are they able to come in and buy cards from multiple different artists at one time, but they also know that 100% they are supporting that artist. I'm sending the money directly to the artist after it clears in my bank.
Well, then we're all really, really lucky that you are in a position that you can actually do that. That is pretty
We've,
rare.
I think we've been needing exactly something like this in the community for a long, long time. Like a hub where you can go and search up your favorite artists and find something
Well,
to buy.
to be honest,
Because there's so many, when you do it yourself, there's so many single accounts to go through and try and find people, and it's very overwhelming to follow so many people. If you can get it all in one place,
Yeah.
that's amazing.
to be fair, there
So,
have been other places that did something a little bit, not quite the same, but similar. But over time, things change, and then people move away from it, and styles change, and the artists move on, and things like that. But this because you're actually just focusing on showing and selling. Well, that's pretty basic. I guess that would stick the test of time.
We will definitely find out in the coming years, hopefully. That's the plan. I'd definitely like to keep growing it and keep trying to push as many art cards out there as possible.
if there are any other sketch card artists watching this episode, personally, with my sketch cards, I'll offer them up for sale once, and if they don't sell, I'll get quite disheartened and sort of just leave them to one side. And that's a lot of the stuff that I've ended up sending to Bees. And he's managed to put it in front of the right audience that wants to buy them, and he's been getting pre-bids. I think I've got sort of 9 pre-bids already.
Yeah, you have 9, and I think we officially have 2 for Tim Agar right now also.
Yeah, and that's before the show's even gone live. So if you have artwork that it's sort of sat there not doing anything, send it to Agent Bees. Agent Bees will look after you.
Agent Bees.
Agent Bees.
So
We can grow his stock inventory
His
and little empire. His hive, yes. Join the hive. Join the swarm.
your tagline, several of them right there. So you're pretty happy that you have actually started this, obviously, and I'm guessing a lot of other artists are pretty pleased with it too. Um, are there any strategies that you see have stood out for you more than others? Are there any things that you've decided, well, it just doesn't work. Let's get rid of that particular idea. Well,
Um,
tell us your secrets here.
I honestly have no idea. I kind of just wing everything in life. Everything, I always expect it to 100% fail. So I never really have plans set up or ideas that really bloom into something awesome. And it just kind of happens, you know. Really, like I said, the only thing I wanted to do with any of this is to really show appreciation to all the artists out there. And I figured, with the honeypot set, I figured all of that, like that was all my own money. I have a full-time job, so I just dumped as much money into that as possible. And I figured if it fails, I mean, I just have a whole bunch of really cool sketch cards that I paid for if nobody wants to buy these boxes. And luckily it went really well. As it's just a lot of marketing when it's coming to the honeypots and the Golden Hive Gallery itself. I've been trying to up as many posts as possible. I've been trying at least one post a day for the Golden Hive Gallery and for the honeypots. And that's kind of been my goal. I don't always hit that.
I
Sometimes I
think,
do 10 or 15 a day, but we'll see.
I think you are reaching people though. I mean, one of my Star Wars customers contacted me the other day and asked what it is and what is, and wanted to know a bit about it. And I says, well, if you're not on Whatnot, join, come and watch a show, and you'll get an idea of what it is. So you're getting there into people's consciousness when they're messaging you to ask about it. It's good.
Yeah, and Whatnot seems to have played quite a part. Like the last time we spoke to you, you got both Lindsey and I all excited about Whatnot and everything. And I think well, I did try it a couple of times, and it is really cool. I love it. I just don't have the time at the moment for
It
it.
is. It's
But
it's hard to be on all these social media platforms all at once. It's
it is.
very.
Yeah.
But you, Lindsey, you and Julie, the two of you seem to have done quite a few actually, and you seem to have a good time with it.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, when you've got work to do anyway,
Yeah.
might as well do it on stream and have a chat and get to know people. It's just when stuff has to be secret, that's when it's awkward. So when I'm doing work for Tops and I've got a lot on, it can be a bit stressful taking the time out of your day to do your Whatnot because you've got all this stuff sat there that needs to be done, but you can't show anyone. So yeah, we're managing to fit it in here and there though. We haven't done one for a while. The other thing I was going to ask you, Bees, is for the Golden Hive Gallery. Are you considering getting your own sketch cards made for the Golden Hive Gallery?
I have thought about it. I haven't really put too much thought into it, everything else that I've been having to do. But I've been thinking about maybe being able to send out some of the blank cards specific to Golden Hive Gallery along with the honeypots, and it
Mm.
kind of be just a thing that you artists can, doodle on whenever you're ready to and send it back whenever you're ready, and it would be specifically for it.
Have you have you heard of Artists Unite?
Say again?
Have you heard of Artists Unite?
I have. I've seen some of their posts. I haven't really looked too far into it.
Well, basically they just come up with a card design and sell blanks, and people have been collecting them. There's no actual card sets to go along with them. They're just for sketch card collecting. So I didn't know if maybe you could get some really nice cards designed and offer them for sale for artists to, if it would make a massive dent in your budget. Because I'm sure artists would be willing to pay for the cards to do them and send them back to you to go back in the Golden Hive Gallery. I don't know. It's just an idea.
I've never thought of that at all.
Because if your followers, I mean, they love what I've been noticing on your auctions is that your Bees Honeypot ones do seem to sell because they like that they're your blanks and they're your set. So maybe it'd work a bit the same with the Golden Hive Gallery. It's an official if they were really nice and had some gold detailing on and stuff, and make them a bit special.
It would be also a way for you to market your own hive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
definitely does sound like a really good idea
Like
going.
it doesn't have to be all of them, but I mean, you can keep doing what you're already doing, but
Yeah.
or
You can
some.
sell packs of 5, packs of 10, packs of whatever anybody wants to get. And they know there's a place to send it when they've done it. Because a lot of artists, they'll do the work and go, oh, I don't even know where to sell this. They
Yeah.
know where they're going to be able to sell it.
Some of us, when we put stuff on eBay, I mean, there's just like it's crickets all the way through, no matter, I don't know.
eBay,
I don't know the algorithms. I give up on trying to understand all that stuff.
it's. I think eBay are going down. I think they're like. Have you heard of Vinted?
Who?
Vinted. I don't know if they exist in Canada and America, but in England, Vinted, you can sell stuff. There's no fees, so everybody's going over to Vinted, and it's kind of what eBay used to be in the beginning. Your second-hand stuff. But as that grows, you're going to get more businesses on there. I'm sure. But eBay have knocked the fees off for clothes because they can't compete with Vinted.
Oh.
So then they're stealing their business. And also they're changing something to do with the postage. They're going to make it so you can only use one particular type of postage. That's upset a lot of people, and they're not going to be using eBay anymore. So
yeah, it's pretty bad. Well, you can't, and when you communicate with people in messages, well, of course, it's been years now since I've used eBay, but at least back in those days, you couldn't share an email address if it had, well, you just couldn't. It would flag you, and no, you can't send that. You can't send anybody to anywhere off of eBay. It has to be completely closed, and that just doesn't work. It just doesn't work
at all.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I mean, Whatnot can be a bit like that, can't they? They don't like you doing
really?
business outside. I mean, you can see why, because they need the money for the fees to keep the site running. And I actually don't mind paying Whatnot, because I think what they're doing is really good, and I'm fully prepared to support them to do it. Like it's a lot of fun, I think, and a good way to buy and sell.
I had more time to play around over there. It does look like fun, actually.
Well, me and Tim have sat here and watched Beeson shows, and it is fun. It's funny to watch and like chat to people and get involved. And he's actually doing a show tonight with my artwork on, but he's starting it at midnight for me. So we're going to be staying up trying to watch that past midnight. So wish us luck.
Gosh.
If it goes really well, I'll probably still be on when you wake up in the morning too. So
that's it. I don't know how long the show is going to last. We'll see how long we last.
Yeah.
But if we suddenly go quiet, then I've gone to sleep.
So what are you thinking for the future of Collectabees, or are you just letting it go as it will?
So we are looking into doing a bit of expanding. So we're actually starting up another version of the honey pot, which will be releasing June 27th, if I'm not mistaken. It's called the Honey Jars. So it's more aimed towards amateur artists, which isn't really the best word to say. It's just the best way I can actually say it, I guess.
Beginners.
Beginners, not even that. Some of them aren't beginners. Some of them have been doing it for a really long while. It's just their art style is more cartoonish. So a lot of people don't want to collect the cartoonish. They just want the realism. So hopefully this one will be able to push it out there to more people, get their names on the map. I'm actually working on that one with Mr. Funbeard on Whatnot. So we're doing
we love Mr. Funbeard.
Yeah, kind of a collaboration, He's actually Mr. Funbeard has bought the most honeypot APs out of anybody, including me. I think he's up to like 15 APs of just all Jar Jar.
Wow.
So he contacted me and said he kind of wanted to be able to help out also. So hopefully it'll go well also. It's going to be a much smaller set, all regular size sketch cards. And a lot of them are artists that started actually on Whatnot. So you can go up there and watch them do a lot of their artwork. And that's pretty much all they do is just artwork on Whatnot. So I think it's going to go really well. I've seen some of the cards so far, and they are looking really good. So we're going to push in on that going into the future. Hopefully, we can continue to have a volume 2, volume 3 of that. My biggest thing that I want to do is just continue growing the honeypot set. As with every set, I always try to add more artists, and I always try to up the pay to the artist for every single set. We're adding 3D printing into that now, so we're actually working on doing. I have one right here. So this is a Sean art. So I'm doing the Bees 2 touches now. And all of these are going to be, so every regular size card that comes in volume 3 is going to have a 3D printed 2 touch that goes around the magnetic 1 touch. And it is customized with each artist's name on top. So
I was
just
going
another
to say,
way
did you see the name on the top? Because we couldn't, it was quite a dark one, that one. Have you got a lighter one?
I do. I actually do. So here's a James Boyd.
Nice.
Oh, wow, that is really cool. I like that.
Yeah. And it fully covers the outside edges. I mean, it's just to make it look a little bit more exciting. So we have Lindsey Graylings. We have, of course, one that has Hardy on the back. I have them boxed up everywhere right now. I think it's 117.
You put such a lot of effort into your packaging. It must get quite
Oh yeah,
chaotic.
it absolutely is. So I'm planning on actually starting. I think we're about halfway through filled with the actual cards for volume 3 as of right now. We have a lot still in shipping, a lot that are going to be completed this week. So I'm going to start packaging probably this weekend, start sealing up some of the boxes and everything, sealing up the cards themselves, because it's just getting that done is probably about 2 weeks worth of work.
I believe
Yeah.
that.
I mean, I love your shows when they go. I mean, I watched series 2, and it looks ace when they're all stacked up there.
Yeah,
All shiny and
very
just
fancy looking.
looking great. And people say, "Oh, can I have 2 from the back?" And you're like,
Yeah.
No, a lot of fun.
Where should people go if they want to follow? Like, is there a particular address on the whatnot to go join you and see all that fun stuff?
Yeah, you can just follow my Whatnot page, I guess. It's just Collectabees. So anywhere on my Instagram or my Facebook post, I always post a specific link to that show, just as I do when I'm marketing the Golden Hive Gallery. There's actually links on the post that you can click on, and it'll take you directly to that show. So you can bookmark it there, and I always try to put a little bit of show note information in there, especially with the Golden Hive Gallery, to explain kind of what it is and try to hype it up for everybody a little more.
Very cool t-shirt too, by the way.
Yeah, this is it's actually a Julianne original. So I had her create.
Designed by Julianne.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah, it's a little Maul drill. So it's Darth Maul mixed with B drill. And obviously that's what I put on everything. It's on the boxes, it's on some of the cards. I put it on everything.
So you're really taking this idea and you're really running with it. I think it seems like you're really having fun with this.
Oh, it's an absolute blast. I mean, I kind of get to live vicariously through everybody that has a lot of money. So I get to hold the cards, I get to take pictures of them and show them off. I mean, it's always sad when I have to ship them away when somebody buys it, but I do get to hold it for a little while. So it's an absolute win for me.
I've seen a lot of the cards that you've gotten gotten from all kinds of different artists. They are really, really nice.
Oh, yeah.
Really, really
I
nice.
mean, people are working hard for you and putting the effort in, aren't they?
They really are. I think a really big part of that is speaking to some of the artists. They say they really enjoy that I'm trying to build it up every single time. I was talking to Krishna Sharma just a couple weeks ago, and that was one of his really big things. He said he really enjoys that it's not the same thing every time. It's not, oh, so you can only draw this and it has to be looking like this and it's only this type of card. I mean, the artists do whatever they want, that's the exciting thing to me. And I feel like when you give the artist the chance to pick what they want to draw, they're going to naturally put more effort into it because it's something they really enjoy. You know, I believe most artists got into it because they love doing art. And I can 100% understand how, all right, I'm going to draw another Darth Vader for the 100th time. I could see how it would probably get kind of monotonous over time. So now you can draw Ninja Turtles, draw whatever you want.
But it's also nice that you actually, I mean, you actually pay money, you know, that's, of course, there's a downside to that. You make it really difficult for little publishers like me to compete. I don't have a day job, so I can't pay that kind of money to artists and stuff like that. But I think it's amazing that you're doing it, and you know, you're really you're kind of throwing a wrench in the wheel a little bit and changing things up for the better, I find, and getting the word out more about sketch cards and to different people. Maybe you're going to bring some new collectors on board, and boy, do we need that.
Yes, absolutely.
I mean, say with your sets in Ingrid, like the next one that comes out, you've been working on dragons?
That one is done, delivered, it's finished.
That's finished.
Yeah,
But
right.
I mean, you give APs out. There's no reason why, you know, you could, if Bees is helping you out, opening a set on stream, letting people know what's in it. There's no reason why you can't say artists that work on this set, send me your APs and we'll put them in the shop. And
Oh,
you know what
absolutely.
I mean?
They're very, very encouraged to do so. You know,
Yeah.
uh, w- maybe we can
Yeah,
even do some kind of a fundraising thing for Collectabees should you ever need it to keep it going. Although you seem to be doing just fine as it is, but you know, should it ever happen?
yeah. We'll see how it goes. I think the really big difference between the type of card sets that I do compared to, you know, your actual publishing company is that you have printed cards, you know, you have the collectible cards that are printed out and you always have really cool inserts in every single one. I still have a Tektite card laying over here from the UFO set. I absolutely love it. Um, for my set, it's only sketches, you know, it's only 101 sketches.
But that's it.
So you can't go in, you can't complete a set like you can with the UFOs or the dragons or stuff coming up in the future for you. You don't have that choice with the honeypot set. You're just usually chasing just after the sketch card itself.
But
So I
that
don't think
makes
I
it
don't
its
think you'll have
own.
any.
It makes it its own very cool entity, though. It's good that it's a little bit different, and those who really like sketches, and there are those who really do, it's perfect for them.
Yeah,
Absolutely
It's
perfect.
kind of fun, isn't it? I mean, I did some animals in snow globes, and I think somebody were trying to chase all those down, weren't they?
yeah, yeah.
Trying to complete the set of those,
That's
and
really neat for you, Lindsay. You kind of created your own set in that way, so that you know if somebody does want to chase down something, they have something to chase. That I think that's brilliant.
well, I always kind of pick my own stuff just so, you know, if I wanted to have it printed in the future, I could. Do you know what I mean? Like that's what always thinking how to, you know, capitalize on what I've done, if you know what I mean.
Yeah,
We
you
have
would
an
absolutely be able to do it if you would mark it.
But you're for bees.
Is there anything you'd like to add that we haven't asked, that we have not asked you? Is there anything you would like the viewers to know?
Um, Absolutely. And it's one of the things I always try to push out. I try to say it at least once a show. Um, I don't think the end game for sketch cards should be a pack pulled card. I don't think that should be the most coveted card that you can find. I really believe it's getting a commission. You're able to talk to the artist, you're able to contact them, have a conversation with them, and get exactly what you want. A lot of people call their big cards in their collection a grail, but you can contact almost any artist at any time, and you can have a one of one grail made specifically for you. You can have your name put on it. You can have almost anything you want. And I think that's the end game. Your pack pulled card, when you pull a sketch from Ingrid Hardy or you pull a sketch from Lindsey Grayling, yes, it's absolutely an amazing piece of art. But I feel like that alone should be what makes you contact one of these artists and talk to them so that you can support them directly and get a commission. That should be your end game for pretty much any sketch card that comes out.
That's an
Like it.
original point. I like that.
Like it.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you have any last questions, Lindsey?
I don't. I think we've been through everything that everybody needs to know.
I think so.
And they know where to go. Collectabees on whatnot.
Whatnot on everything.
Yeah. But if they do use Facebook and they're not familiar with whatnot yet, how would they find you on Facebook? Because there's a lot of artists on Facebook.
So on Facebook,
whatnot.
You can just search Mike Beeson. I think that's one of the only social medias I don't have Collectabees set up as. And YouTube, you can look up Collectabees. I have my own channel. So the great thing about my Whatnot shows is every live stream is actually live streamed to my Facebook and my YouTube at the same time.
Oh.
So you're actually able to go up there and watch any of the shows.
It's very handy because I've been scrolling before and it's like, oh, Bees is live. Yeah. And then off you go, Whatnot to have a nosy.
Actually, Facebook used to be like that way back in the day. You'd have who's online. Well, you still do have who's online, but it'd be like it would show you what they're doing, which is a bit invasive, but it would show you what they're doing, and you're like, oh, they're doing this or that. So you hop on over and see what they're doing. But yeah.
Mine lies. It tells people I'm online when I'm not there.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, that's weird. I don't know how that works.
Dear.
Yeah. We also started up the new Discord channel. I totally forgot about it. It's kind of new. We actually named it The Hive, so I can send y'all the link for that.
Yes, I'll include all the links. I'll include all the links in the show notes for this episode, and then call outs here, there, or wherever. And okay.
Yeah, so
I've never used Discord before. It's very new to me. I did pop in though. It seems to be.
I don't like it. It's cold and dark and it feels like a really dark hospital or something. I don't know.
Like a waiting room.
Yeah, I don't know. But it is active and stuff. I have used it before. It's just I don't know. It's not user friendly to my brain or something. I don't know.
It definitely takes some getting used to, without question.
Okay, well, I will do it, and I'll try to check in and stuff like that. Because I actually have an account, and I actually do have it installed after all my bad mouthing. I'd like to thank you for having come on and let us know how things are going for Collectabees. Both Lindsey and I are pretty impressed because you've just come out of nowhere and just decided, well, I'm going to do this. And you did it, and your idea is growing and getting some traction. And I personally find that very admirable, and I'm trying to learn from you. And I think it's wonderful, and I think it's great that you're getting artists out there, and hopefully we can do stuff a little bit together in the future. Maybe, build off each other and stuff like that. What do you think, Lindsey?
I think that's going to be very doable.
I think it's awesome. I mean, like, there's a lot of artists who they're just not business people, and they're not interested in being business people. They just want to draw. So we've been needing someone like Bees to come along for a while, I think, personally.
I think so too. I really do. It's a slightly different perspective from a lot of the traditional, quote unquote, companies, collectors, et cetera, but it's fresh and it's interesting. And one last question. Do you have any problems with copyright when artists do whatever they want?
I have not had any yet. I think we've been kind of ignored.
Perhaps because it's one of one, everything, and you don't print anything.
Yeah, so we're kind of going off of the artist owns their own work copyright type thing at the moment, and that's kind of my plan if there's anybody that ever tries to put a stop to it, because I believe there is a clause in the law that the artist owns their own work. So that's hopefully what we're gonna run off of.
Okay. I actually don't know what the rules are for that in Canada. I should really learn about
They're all a little bit different. I mean, the UK laws are really strict. We can't even do parody. Not even allowed to do parody.
Wow.
Mm. Yeah. And then you've got all the stuff that comes out of China that's just hilarious and just named a little bit differently, you know, like
Yeah.
everybody's got a different standard, but yeah.
All right. Well, I think that's going to wrap it up for this episode. Again, a huge thanks for having come on and shared with us how it's going. And I highly encourage anybody who's watching or listening or whatever, head on over to Collectabees and take a look. You're going to be really, really impressed with the art that he has managed to put together. It's pretty impressive. Thank you so much, Mike.
Thank you very much for having me again.
Nice to see you.
You too. All right. Bye, everybody.